I do Botox on my forehead. That's it. Because I have a small forehead and like it's very expressive. So like I started to get this like weird wrinkle.
You have a small forehead.
I do. And I started to get this weird wrinkle.
That is something that I would have never noticed unless you said it. Now I cannot get high around you because I want to be like, it goes hair eyebrows. The Permission to Party World Tour kicks off September 18th in Rockford, Illinois, the 19th in Milwaukee, the 20th in St. Paul, Minnesota, the 21st in Duluth, Minnesota, followed by Eugene, Oregon, September 28th. Avoid scalpers and go to Bert.com to get your lowest ticket price. You know, it's so funny. I started watching you, it was like 15 years ago?
Yeah. I was on Ridiculousness for... I was on Ridiculousness for less time. I was on Rob's other show first.
Fantasy Factory.
Yeah.
That's what I watched Ridiculousness. Ridiculousness is something that would play in the background. I'm absolutely no disrespect.
No,
it was something that would play in the background anywhere you went. It was on all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I found out my friend killed himself. Ridiculousness was on. Like, I'm not even joking. It's the truth. Is the reason I think when I think of that show, I think of me and my buddy. And my brother, and his brother finding out he had passed, and when we were all together and Ridiculousness was on.
That's crazy.
And you did how many years of that?
So, oh my God, I don't know why I'm blanking, but like it was like 12 or 13 years of Ridiculousness.
Okay, first of all, this is where I want to start.
Yeah.
What is it like? Because I feel like I have a similar experience to be plucked out of regular life, thrown into one of the biggest shows on one of the biggest networks at the time.
Yeah.
And you're a regular person.
Yeah.
And life goes upside down all of a sudden.
It's insane. I mean, so this is the funny thing is like I was pursuing a music career as a teenager. Like I grew up here in the Valley, just Valley kid trying to make it to the other side of the hill to Hollywood. Yeah. And I made a MySpace music page. I was a rapper. Just trying to get out there, and I would like add everybody. I would sit on MySpace just adding people all day, like white girl rapper, check out my music. White girl rapper, check out my music.
What year is this? This has got to be 2006, 7? What year?
2007, 2008. That's when I made the MySpace, like right after I was out of high school. And one of the people I met through MySpace was Rob Dyrdek. And so I didn't have any aspirations to do reality TV. Like I was just trying to be a rapper, do my music thing. And then like Rob found me, and I remember when I met him, like he kept laughing at me and I was like, what am I saying that's so funny? Like I'm just myself, you know? And he kept laughing at me and then like I think they thought it was funny that I'm like this little white girl I used to like rap hella gangster. Like I would like search like guns and be like, okay, let's rap about this. And like just like, you know, trying to be like, it was like 50 Cent era, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and so it was like, I need to be on my get rich or die trying. And so I think he just thought I was like hilarious. Like, who is this little white girl who thinks she's a gangster? Like, and so he needed a girl on Fantasy Factory. Like they were looking for a girl, I think. And he just asked me one day, like, hey, do you want to come film an episode? I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm down. And so I went to do one episode. And then at the end of that day, they were like, do you want to do this full time? And the funniest thing is he asked me to be a fake receptionist. So when he's like, do you want to do this full time? I'm like, do what exactly? Like be a real receptionist or fake receptionist?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, what am I doing? And he's like, exactly what you did today, like just over and over. I'm like, okay, sure. And then I just got into this world of like reality TV and all of Rob Dyrdek's craziness, you know?
You are, I have to say this, you are just as adorable in person as you are when I first saw you. Every guy, every red-blooded American saw you on Fantasy Factory and they're like, this girl is beautiful, she's fun. You have little sister energy.
Thank you.
And
I actually think the camera does not do me justice. So many people, it doesn't. I'm sorry. So many people meet me and they're like, you're so much prettier in real life. And I'm like, so what do you think I look like on the show? Because I look like crap right now. And like so many people say that. So I'm like, I'm flattered to know that people think I actually look good with my horrible angles all the time.
No, you on Ridiculousness, your giggle is infectious.
Thank you.
Your giggle is, I'd say if you're going around giggles in the world, you're up there. Jimmy Fallon's like probably number one.
And then it's like, well, Seth Rogen is not a giggle, but like he's famous
laugh.
for his laugh. And then there's like obviously the nanny lady, like
Fran Drescher.
Yes, Fran Drescher.
Oh, wow.
So I've been compared to them, and I'm like, I would love to be compared to Fran Drescher. Like I was a big fan of the nanny, so I'll take it. You know,
it's so funny because when we all found out you wanted to rap, I don't think anyone knew that about you.
Yeah,
we just knew you as this this little sister that hung out at the Fantasy Factory and would randomly get fucking bodied by a dodgeball.
Literally, I got hit so many times just hanging out there. Like, I was just the one who somehow always like was at the wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I mean? So yeah. Did you know
Rob Dyrdek was as smart as he is? I don't know about y'all's relationship now. I know you're doing your own stuff, but we'll talk very candidly about that guy. Yeah. Did you know he was as intelligent or more, I guess he's a little bit like autistic. Like the way he looks at the world is like, he's inspired me at times.
Yeah.
I have a happiness journal because he has one.
That's so funny.
And it works. If you write down, quantify what makes you happy and you focus on that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really, but now he's like, I think he's got like something called the Mean Machine, which is podcast where he's like, he quantifies like, and he's like, was he always this guy?
Yes. So when I first met Rob, like, I mean, I was a huge fan of Rob and Big as a teenager. So.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk about Rob and Big. How great was Rob and Big?
It was the best show ever.
It was the best show fucking ever.
I literally was like a teenager and I'm a stoner, I'm from here in LA, who's not a stoner from LA. And I would always tell my friends like, hey, you want to come over and just smoke and watch Rob and Big? And they're like, Chanel, you watch Rob and Big like every day. You've seen every episode. No, we don't want to come over and just watch Rob and Big. And I'm like, why? I'm like, it's the funniest fucking show, And then I ended up meeting Rob and like becoming in the mix with them. And it was funny because I didn't meet Big Black until like our second or third season of Fantasy Factory. And I was like kind of starstruck meeting him. And they're like, Chanel, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, I know you guys already. I haven't met him. Like I grew up watching him, and rest in peace, Big, because he's not around anymore.
So that's heartbreaking.
I know. It was really sad. Like when it happened, I was like, I couldn't believe he was gone. It was crazy.
And a guy like that, he was young. He wasn't like he was like 55 or shit.
Little girl. It's like very sad. Ugh, I don't want to cry. I get emotional easy.
Don't tell me I cry. All I do is cry. I should name my next book, Shits and Giggles and Tears.
That's a great title.
Yeah. I'm all about titles these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, he died of a stroke, right?
Yeah. Like I think he had heart issues or something. And he was flying a lot too, because he lived in Texas. So he'd be flying back and forth to film Fantasy Factory. And I've heard that if you have like heart issues, you should not be flying, period. Why do you? Okay.
I have a flight on Monday. All I do is fly.
No, it's like, it's not that good. So I think that maybe was one of the things. I don't know. But yeah, like I did not know, obviously Rob was as smart as he is until getting to like be in the environment of filming Fantasy Factory, working with him. And just, it's funny because I've seen how he just has consolidated things over time. Like we went from filming Fantasy Factory 5 days a week, like it was a full-time job. And then by season like 4, he was like, we're not filming shit if it's not ending up on TV. Like we don't have time to waste. And so he started just getting better at planning and consolidating. And I'm not going to lie, at Ridiculousness, it got to a point where it was a little bit of a rush for me because I'm a girl. I got hair and makeup.
Yeah.
I can't rush that much. I'm not superhuman, but I get it though. Like Rob's just so good at consolidating time and just like getting things done as fast as he possibly can. And like, I'm a fan.
I'm a huge fan of his. He just is they're just skateboarders, like him and Tony Hawk. They're just skateboarders. Yeah. And then you see them make smart business decisions and you're like, oh, so you were never just a skateboarder.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like that's what people need to understand, though, is like some people like Rob, I think you see them go from being a skateboarder and everybody's like, oh, it was just like this guy got lucky or whatever. And that's, I think, why he started his whole thing, like make your own luck. I think that's why he came out with that whole vibe because he was like, no, like I didn't just get lucky. I made my luck, And that's what he's all about. I think that's also why he put me on his show, too, because he saw like what a hustler I was and that like I was like waking up at 7 a.m. texting people about my like little rap show 5 days later. He's like, Chanel, it's 7 a.m. on a Tuesday. Why are you texting me about your show Friday night, like in Compton? He's like, I can't make it. So like, I think that's what he respected in me is that I was just like going so hard,
Was it confusing becoming famous?
No, I was born for this life. Like, I always knew I wanted to be in TV and film. It's actually a funny story. So when I was a kid, I was in a heavy metal music video and I was like the demonic, like Catholic schoolgirl in the video. That video filmed at the same studio where they film Ridiculousness now.
Are you serious?
Yes. And so when we first switched to that studio, I pulled up and I'm like, this place is so familiar. And this is the funniest thing. So when I did that music video as a kid, it was like a school day. So I had to do like 2 hours of schoolwork. That same room where I did my schoolwork ended up being my dressing room. Isn't that so
Are you
wild?
what video was it?
It's for this band called Amen. Actually, the singer just recently passed away from the band. Rest in peace, Casey Chaos. And so the band was called Amen, and the music video is called Price of Reality.
Really?
And I'm literally like a demonic little Catholic schoolgirl, like swinging bats with like a crown of thorns. I'm swinging on a wrecking ball way before Miley Cyrus, might I add. I did that first. And so like, it's like the funniest video if you watch it. But yeah, I filmed that where they film Ridiculousness now. Like,
Really?
It's crazy.
So wait, what were your parents? Because I always figure when you meet kids that grew up out here, you're like, what was your dad's, like a cameraman or a fucking costumer? Like,
My life is really crazy, actually. So I have no family in the state of California except for my mom. My mom and dad hooked up in New York. That's where I was conceived.
yeah.
And my dad was a DJ. So my dad was in the club scene in New York. He was a hip hop DJ, but they actually met at a rock club because my mom's like hardcore rocker chick.
Yeah.
And she
So
had,
how old are your parents?
my dad sadly just passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Rest in peace. He's the best. I actually feel like he's up there like pulling strings with God because so much good shit has been happening to me. So I'm like, thank you. Like my dad's up there helping me finally.
Finally.
Because he couldn't do much from 3,000 miles away, you know? And so I kind of said that too. Like that was like one of the things that was like a beautiful thing. And like the loss of him is like, I really do feel like he's been like an angel up there pulling strings for me. And like, he's always been in New York City. There's only so much you can do for your child from 3,000 miles away. Like obviously you can send money. I come to visit, like spend that time with me. But you know, we just lived such separate lives always.
Yeah.
And I truly feel like now he's like an angel that's like able to help me even more. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to figure out because you're still like 31 or something, right?
I'm 36.
You're 36?
Yeah.
No, I was like, there's no way she's 30. I don't know how old you were when you started that show.
I was 20. And I think people thought I was like 12 because people say that all the time. And I'm like, did you think I was like working at just like illegally as a kid or like
and listen, Rob is a genius. Drama was really fun.
Yes.
The whole thing was interesting and fun to watch. And it was a great show. And I'll just say, and I'm not saying that without you, the show wouldn't have happened, but you created an energy within that show that lightened everything and made everyone accessible.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that so much.
And the truth is, your giggle and your relationship with Rob. I mean, Rob really had an affection for you, like in a familial way.
Yes.
And I think that made everyone. You know, so the reason Jackass worked was because they were all laughing together, and they were never like, "Yeah, fuck you." Well, towards the end, they were a little bit more like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
And when they, you could tell there was tension, but they made you feel like you were their friends.
Yeah.
They were your friends. And the thing about you and Rob is that you guys always felt like you guys loved each other and there was this fun energy. And so when you got fucking bodied, everyone laughed, but you knew that no one was laughing at you. They were like, "Oh, fuck."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, we've had a great dynamic, and I do think that, the show's still going. I'm not on it. There's a new girl, so shout out to her. I hope she's killing it. I haven't seen it. But I do feel like what made the show so special was the dynamic between the three of us. My mom is from Ohio originally. That's where Rob's from.
Where's your mom? That's the greatest state in the union. Where's your mom from in Ohio?
She's from a really small town called New Philadelphia, but my family all lives in like Akron, Canton area now.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's what it was. I think like Rob's such a Ohio guy. Like he'll tell jokes sometimes where it's like only Ohio people will get it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so it's like it's almost like he felt like family to me because he's just got that Ohio relatability. And then the funny thing is Sterling and I were the same age. We grew up listening to all the same music. Like, I was a rapper. So Sterling and I have so much in common, but then Rob and I have so much in common. And there's times on the show where like, Rob would say a joke and Sterling maybe like wouldn't get it. I'm like, oh, that's like some Ohio shit. Or there'd be a time me and Sterling are like cracking a joke about like some hip hop group from like when we were in high school and Rob's like, who? And we're like, I was like the factor that kind of tied them together too in a way.
Great, yeah.
So I felt like it was just like a dynamic between the three of us. And it's funny, I have to say though, like I did talk a lot more on the show that people don't see. So that's one of the things that I am not as happy about because like I'm a talker, I'm a funny person. And I feel like I've said so many things that never made it to air. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't they put that in there? That was hilarious. And then sometimes they play my laugh after like, I think they do it because it's like a clip that wasn't that good. Mm-hmm. So they're like, fuck, throw Chanel's laugh to make it better. Yeah. And then that makes me look like I laugh at the dumbest shit.
Don't worry, I laugh at the dumbest shit. I laugh at I got self-conscious of my laugh because I would laugh so easily.
Yeah.
It was like I get excitable energy.
That's how I am too, though. I just find things funny. Like you gotta meet my mom too. Like I have her laugh. She's very it's a very loud, infectious laugh, and she laughs at everything. She's always cracking jokes. My mom honestly missed her calling to be a comedian. She's
where did your mom grow up in Ohio?
She grew up in Ohio. She ran away from home to Ohio to California when she was 16. She hitchhiked.
How old's your mom?
This woman should not be alive. I don't know how she made it. She's 63.
Oh wow, I did not see that coming.
Yeah, so she
so that's when you could hitchhike.
Literally.
That's when you could hitchhike.
I mean, you probably still couldn't, but she was safe and alive still.
No. Like when I was a child, we picked up hitchhikers.
This was just like a thing then.
Yeah, hitchhiking was like a legit thing. Yeah. It was sketchy as fuck.
No, obviously.
It was sketchy, but I remember picking up hitchhikers. Not with my parents, my uncle Jimmy picked up a hitchhiker. He's like, "Where are you going?" The guy's like, "As far as you can take me." And you were like, and you'd be sitting in the car with a stranger. Yeah. There was a sticker that was really popular: gas, grass, or ass. Nobody rides for free.
Oh my gosh, that is so. My mom definitely was giving them some grass.
Yeah. This show is sponsored by Ben & Bone. Let me tell you something. These are my dog's favorite chew toys. These are durable, long-lasting dog chew toys made to stand up to super chewers. I have 2 bull mastiffs, both Max about 160, Izzy's about 150, and these things are made to last. My dogs upset. They sent us a box, and they went and hoarded them. They are made in the USA with real flavors like bacon, peanut butter, jack salmon, duck, and more. Mac likes duck. Mac loves duck. With a variety of shapes. They got the wishbone, the stick, the ring, the dental, and the puppy-friendly options. They got which one did they get? The one with the bones in it is the one they like. It looks like a salmon fish. That's one of their fish. They're amazing. Over 100,000 5-star reviews on Amazon. If you bought these individually, you'd be spending up to $70. But right now, you can get 50% off. Easy to pick up, easy to chew. Products are curved for a paw-like friendly grip, and they last for weeks. All sizes for all dogs. Tiny to giant. This is the one brand that my dogs absolutely adore. If you are a dog owner and you have a dog that loves chew toys, this is the go-to. And right now, you get 50% off at benabone.com/Bertcast. That's 50% off right now at benabone.com/Bertcast. That's 50% off at benabone.com/Bertcast. I'm not into chasing trends, but I am all about stuff that fits right and feels good and actually lasts. That's why I keep coming back to Quince. Their lightweight layers and high-quality staples have become my everyday essential. Quince has the kind of stuff you actually wear on repeat, like breathable flow knit polos, crisp cotton shirts. Look at this. Look at this. A little stretch to it. And comfortable lightweight pants that somehow work for both weekend hangs and dress-up dinners. The best part, everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. Working directly with the top artisans and cutting out the middleman, Quince gives you luxury pieces without the markups. Take a look at this linen shirt. This is freaking beautiful. Take down 3 buttons and look like a gangster on the weekends. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes, and you can feel it in their shirts. These are beautiful. I'm telling you right now, this is my go-to. Stick with the staples that last with elevated essentials from Quince. Go to quince.com/Bertcast for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Bertcast to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Bertcast. So your mom ran away from home and came out here?
Yeah, she came to California. She literally, she's such a hard worker. She came out here, slept on a freaking park bench in the valley until she could get a job. She got herself emancipated. Her parents were just like, we're not coming after you. Sure, what do you want us to sign? And so she got emancipated.
Sweet, hang on, I'm only interrupting because I'm afraid I'll never get back to it.
Okay.
So do you have a relationship with your grandparents?
Yes, they're both gone at this point too, but I always was super close with them.
A lot of people die around you. No, I'm kidding.
It's just you're bringing up everybody who's like, I've lost recently.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
No.
But did your mom rectify everything with your parents?
Yes, and
parents?
they started coming out here to visit and stuff. And then when I was like around 5 or 6, basically every summer vacation, my mom was like, school's out, you're off to Ohio and New York. So I'd spend half my summer in Ohio with my mom's family there. And then I'd spend the other half with my dad and his family in New York. So all of my summer vacations up until high school, I literally didn't even spend any summers in California. Like all my best childhood memories are in the country or in New York City.
Really?
Yeah.
And so you grew up out in Woodland Hills?
We moved a lot, but everywhere. We've lived everywhere in the valley. My mom's obsessed with redecorating. I also think she missed her calling doing that too.
Yeah.
She just would always want to move. She's like, let's move again. We'll redecorate your room. I'm like, okay, cool. So we've lived everywhere. North Hollywood, Studio City. I went to Sherman Oaks Elementary, Portola Middle School in Tarzana, and then I went to Taft High School in Woodland Hills.
Jesus. And so what did your mom do for a living? Did she just jack of all trades?
She was a safety specialist, which is like kind of like an obsolete thing now because of the internet. Like now you just buy safety supplies online, but like she would go out to like these like factories and places where they needed safety supplies and sell them like hard hats, like goggles.
Oh, wow.
Like she's Miss Safety. So yeah, she'll come in a place and be like, that doesn't look like it's up to OSHA standards. I'm like, Mom, stop. We don't need to like go off on the restaurant right now.
But it was just you and her.
Yeah, it was just me and her always. And
that's got to be a crazy, like my daughter, you just met my daughter, Isla and Leanne. And I was on the road for, forever. I've been on the road forever. And so for the last 2 years, ultimately, Isla and Leanne lived together. They were roommates. And they created this crazy bond that like I have a hard time permeating.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, and I hope they're listening, sometimes we'll talk about getting food together and then Isla will totally go, fuck him. I love my mom more. And then she'll go get food with my wife. That just happened. But it's interesting because I'm imagining that with you and your mom is like, it's almost like a best friend.
Yeah, no, we just did everything together pretty much my whole life. Like we did a lot of hiking. My mom's a big hiker. We would always be hiking in all these trails around here. And that was like our favorite. And the beach and hiking were like our two things we did together like all the time. But my mom was always working too. So I was kind of like what you call like a latchkey kid. Like I know how to take the MTA bus all around this damn valley. Like I took the bus everywhere. I was home alone a lot. Like, so I would always be the one like, hey, everybody coming to my house. My mom's not home till like 8 tonight,
Yeah.
So like it was always hanging out at my house with all the friends. And she was really cool about that. But yeah. And then I told her I wanted to be a rapper at like 14, 15. And she listened to a lot of Eminem and Kid Rock. So she was like, all right, let's see what could happen with this,
Yeah.
So she was always like very supportive and like she would drive me to studio sessions and my dad was super supportive too from a distance. He was a DJ and every time I'd go visit my dad, this man would not put a camera down. Like he would be filming me, taking pictures nonstop. So I feel like he kind of got me prepared for being on camera type thing. And it was because, he didn't get to see me a lot. So he just wanted to capture everything he possibly could. Like if you were to see picture albums or video of me as a kid, you'd be like, did you grow up in New York? Because it's so much footage from there,
Really? What is it? So your dad was a hip hop DJ?
Yeah.
So like, I know I'm assuming he had to be 60 as well.
Yeah. He was 63.
Hip hop just turned 50.
Yeah. So he would have just turned 64. He passed away in December.
Oh, wow. So sorry.
That's okay.
But he must have known like all the people at the beginning of.
Dude, I have pictures of him. Like literally did I take a screenshot of it? My stepmom just posted it, like a picture of him with Sly Stone. I have a picture of him with Mariah Carey from back in the day. Like, and they're like black and white and with like, my dad's hair is like so 80s, like curly, like mullet looking. Like, and yeah, he was DJing some of the biggest clubs. Like he always worked around all these legends. And yeah, it's funny though, because he was more of a hip hop DJ. And then he happened to DJ this one like really big rock club in New York. And that's where him and my mom met.
Really?
Yeah, because she's a rocker chick, like through and through.
Do you ever wonder if your obsession with hip hop, your passion for hip hop, had to do with a longing to connect with your dad?
A little bit. I also was like in all performing arts stuff here. So I was a hip hop dancer since I was like 7.
You had to be a cheerleader.
I was a cheerleader too. I made varsity my first year of high school, and that doesn't normally happen. Like I tried out in 8th grade, made varsity for freshman year. That's why I think I got bullied so much, because like that's not normal. You don't normally make varsity till like 10th, 11th grade. And so I was like a freshman on varsity cheer and like had all these bullies and haters. And then I had already made varsity and I was like, I already been there, done that. Like, what's next? And then in 10th grade, that's when I was like, I just want to start pursuing music. And then I decided to do homeschool.
Really? That's homeschooling.
It was interesting, yeah. But it allowed me to work and like go to the studio. And the only thing that made me kind of sad was I'm like, oh no, I'm going to miss like all the things like homecoming. But then some kid who was a friend of a friend who went to Beverly asked me to go to prom. And so I was like, cool, I at least get to do that. So I went to prom at Beverly Hills High School. That was also really fun because I was like this unknown girl from the Valley. So I go to prom and everybody's like, who is this? Who's that chick? And I was like, damn, I would have been prom queen at the school. I'm like, too bad I didn't fucking go to Beverly. So that was kind of cool.
You're such an interesting person because I think all of us, I'm speaking for all dudes, age 50 to 20 to 18.
Yeah.
I feel like we know you, but we know nothing about you.
That's how I feel. I feel like a lot of people see me and just like I get this thing, I'll get comments sometimes like, oh, what do you mean you're a rapper? You grew up with money. And I'm like, where did you hear this story? Like, where? I am not a Nepo baby. My parents were like broke, dude. Like, I'm like, they did okay, but like, not like some rich parents that like got me into shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's funny. I feel like people just see like sometimes and they just like assume they know your life. Even now I'm doing country music and people be like, you're the least country thing. And I'm like, I have spent half my life in Ohio and my family like is so fucking country. Like, I'm like, what are you talking? We have a bar in my uncle's basement, like a full bar. Like they built a bar, like it's open for business, but it's just for the family.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm come from a country ass family. Like I spent so much time in the country. And it's so funny though, because they're like, then I'll get people like, I thought you spent time in New York. And I'm like, dude, do I have to break down my life story to fucking everyone? Like,
it's crazy that people decide what narrative they want for you.
Yep.
To sometimes just to hate you.
Yeah. It's so weird.
And you're like, well, that's not entirely accurate, but I guess, yeah, if you decide to just close one eye and look at it, you're going to see it that way.
Yeah, it's also very confusing. I'm like, has nobody ever listened to more than one genre of music too? They'll be like, I thought you're a rapper. Now you're doing country. And I'm like, I'm not allowed to like multiple genres. Like, I'm sorry that I'm not like boring like you. You know what I mean? Like, I love all music. I've always listened to everything. And it was just kind of a natural progression for me into country. Like, I started singing more. And then when I started singing more, a couple producers were like, you kind of have a country twang when you sing. Like, maybe you should try this. I started trying country music. And now I see that the Ridiculousness fan base, I think, is a little bit more those people, more country people. I see now, like, my country music's connecting more with my Ridiculousness fans. So I'm like, I kind of feel like it was what I was always meant to do. And I just had to, like, go through all these setbacks with hip hop to kind of get guided there, you know?
Yeah, well, who says that the path you start on is the path you have to stay on?
Exactly.
You know, it's like, listen, I wanted to be, a good friend of mine, Taylor Thomason. Do you know who she is?
That sounds so familiar.
She, I'm speaking on Taylor's behalf, so Taylor, I apologize. But I love her. She's like a little sister to me. And a lot like you. Adorable as shit. I mean, Taylor really reminds me of my oldest daughter to a fault.
Yeah.
And she is one of the most successful touring comedians by far, as a female, by far probably the top touring female comedian. And she decided she wanted to do a TV show. So she took time off the road and did a late night talk show. It's called After Midnight.
Okay.
And then decided she didn't want to do it anymore. And was like, and everyone's like, well, what? And you're like, no, that's how life works.
Yeah.
You get to try stuff and then go, this wasn't for me. I just want to be I want to be on the road.
Exactly.
Like, I want to do stand up. How many people in music have gone and released a country album that have been primarily hip hop their entire life?
Dude, even like Gwen Stefani, who's one of my like biggest idols, this woman has literally done rock. She had Holla Back Girl, which was like a pop hip hop song.
She was in a ska band?
Yeah, she was a ska band. Now she's doing country, like with Blake Shelton. She has literally touched every single genre and nobody questions it.
You have a bit of you have a bit of no doubt Gwen Stefani in you.
It's funny. I just posted the other day and it ruffled a few feathers. So I thought it was just a cute caption. I covered a Miranda Lambert song. And I said in the caption, I said, growing up, I wanted to be Gwen Stefani, but it turns out I'm a little more Miranda Lambert. And all these people were like, oh, are you team Miranda? I said, dude, I was just trying to be funny. I was just trying to make a quirky comment. And like now everybody's like, you're team Miranda. I'm like, I'm still a Gwen fan. I still love Gwen. I just realized I might be more stylistically like Miranda in music.
Yeah, you know, what's tough is when you get caught in a genre and you can't get out of it. Like, well, you know, some guys came out with one thing and then never kind of grew as a band. But it's like, yeah, man, that early Gwen Stefani. Have you ever met Gwen Stefani?
I have not, and
she is perfect. I mean,
I know that's what I've heard.
She is. I mean, I made the mistake of telling her ex-husband this, but she is flawless.
That's what I know. That's what I've heard. And I mean, I look at her and I'm like, is there a filter or is she just perfect?
I mean, do you know the White Walkers where their bodies would shimmer if you touched them?
What, Game of Thrones?
Yeah, like she shimmers. Like I think I actually said to her, I think you're perfect. Like I got caught off guard.
Yeah.
I got caught off guard. Poor fucking the person whose show was I doing? I don't know, some show. And I was standing next to her and I just kept staring at her arm. And I was like, her arm turned into these hands with perfect nails. And you're just like,
no, you're going to crack up on this one. She even has a perfect tongue. I say this because I'm a teeth grinder and like my tongue, like sometimes I bite it in my sleep. It's very embarrassing. And I hate how it looks.
Whoa, let me see your tongue.
No, I don't want to put it out.
Hold on, let me see your tongue.
No, it's like, it just has like these little divots.
Hold on. Hang on. Put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. We're not going to have the camera on you. Let me see your tongue.
See how it looks like I bite my tongue?
I got those too, I think.
No, I hate it. But then she goes to stick out her tongue and it's like this perfect, beautiful tongue. And I'm like, even her tongue is perfect. Like, she's literally a perfect human.
Pull up a picture of Gwen Stefani's tongue.
No, literally, like, because she always, like, you know, does like faces where she's like rocking out and like putting out her tongue. And like, it's a perfect tongue.
Do you realize, how come you don't have an OnlyFans?
Because if
I was a woman, I would have an OnlyFans. I don't know if I'd go nude. Oh my God, her tongue is perfect.
No, I'm telling you, like,
oh my God.
We got to find one where she's like sticking it out. Like, it's literally a perfect tongue. It's like very clean looking. Like, dude, she has no bite marks. Like, perfect.
You realize you start an OnlyFans and just do pictures of your tongue. Guys will go crazy.
Somebody already told me I should do it with my feet because I have really cute feet. And like,
I have amazing feet.
Someone made a whole YouTube and they literally just took every red carpet moment I've ever had and it was like just my feet zoomed in over and over. And I'm like, okay, this is like a thing, I guess.
Can I see? Will you pull up?
See if you can find it.
Find Chanel's feet.
Chanel West Coast feet.
I'm always.
No, oh my gosh, hopefully they're decent ones. But like somebody made this one video.
Is that you right there?
That's a bad one. It looks like it was a sweaty foot day there.
Here, Trying
to walk a carpet with sweaty feet is the worst.
You got great feet.
They're much cuter when they're not sweaty. That's my problem. I get sweaty feet. But like that one is the first one you could see. Like I have.
Wait, you're just selling an OnlyFans because right now there's some dude going, I want sweaty feet. I want sweaty feet. Yeah, can I get your socks?
No, like I never wanted to do an OnlyFans just because I felt like this is a random TikTok I did that's so weird that came up. But I don't know. I just didn't want to do it because like. I want to be taken seriously with my music. And that's already been such a struggle after coming off of Ridiculousness that I was like, I'm not going to go and do anything else at this point that like makes people be like, oh, she's just, just some hot girl with the OnlyFans or whatever. So. Yeah,
but if I had just one boob, I don't need two, with just one boob, I would have the fucking wildest OnlyFans. I've not even screwing around. I've been thinking about doing like, cause I know that it's going to be dudes.
Yeah.
And just sending them to dudes, to other bears that want to see me shirtless. And I do it. I mean, I don't see the, like, I try to get my wife to do an OnlyFans AI version.
That's so funny.
I go, it's not you. It's not you.
Yeah.
But guys will pay for it. And she's like, no. It's crazy how like men look at like, nudity or not even nudity. People would pay to see your tongue.
I know, it's weird.
It's crazy. I think I like money more than women.
Yeah, I definitely love money, but not enough to, I don't know, just like do something cheesy.
Baseball season is in full swing, but be honest. Are you wearing a hat to support your favorite team, or are you like me? Are you hiding your thinning hair? No, I'm just a big fan. No, we're hiding our thinning hair. Hims offers access to a range of prescription treatments that are a home run for hair regrowth. So you can see big league results in the time your team takes your team to get to the playoffs. Hims offers convenient access to a range of prescription hair loss treatments with ingredients that work. Choose oral medications, serums, and sprays. Doctor-trusted, clinically proven ingredients like finasteride and minoxidil that can stop hair loss and regrow hair in as little as 3 to 6 months. I have been on minoxidil since I was 22 years old, and all I'll say is I still got some. I got more than Tom. I should be bald right now. I'm not. Get started from the comfort of your home. Fill out an intake form, and a medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, your treatment's sent directly to you for free. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatment to ongoing care. Plus, treatments start at just $35 per month. Think about that. $35 per month. Do you know what hair transplants cost? It's through the roof. Start off here. Do this and watch your hair come back. I have so many friends who felt like they had a receding hairline. Started finasteride and minoxidil, and everyone saw results. Every one of my friends saw results. And then some of you still got hair transplants. Anyway, start your free online visit today at hims.com/Bertcast. That's HIMS.com/Bertcast for your personalized hair loss treatment options. hims.com/Bertcast. Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information. Have you tried everything under the sun for a little peace of mind? It sounds like, to me, it's time for you to try Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies. Cornbread Hemp CBD gummies are made to help you feel better, whether it's stress, discomfort, or you just need a little relaxation. The greatest thing about these CBD gummies, they use the best part of the hemp plant, the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD, formulated to help you relieve discomfort, stress, and sleeplessness. All products are third-party lab tested and USDA organic to ensure safety and purity. I love nothing more than getting in my hot tub and looking at my trees and saying, thank you, God, for giving me a healthy day. And you know I love to unwind and I love to relax. These things are perfect. I can feel the day melt away from me in the hot tub, get in bed, and my sleep score is through the roof. Right now, Bertcast listeners can save 30% off their first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/Bert and use code Bert at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/Bert and use code Bert. Well, okay, wait, hold on. So, I'm going all over the map, but I feel like it's okay with you because I feel like you are a talker.
I'm all over the map as well.
Wait, what's the name of your podcast?
It's called The Laugh.
Of course.
I figured I'd just take my laugh to my own thing, you know?
Ryan Sickler's got a great laugh. What do you do? What's your...
So it's just, I just bring on like all my like celebrity friends or whatever. And
can I tell you got to start bringing on comics that make you laugh?
That's what I want to do. I've been trying to get, so my one friend, do you know who Andrea Lopez is? She does all the impersonations of like, the best one she does is of Teresa Guidice from Jersey Shore. And she does Kris Jenner and the Kardashians. Oh, she does Kourtney Kardashian. She is so funny. Really? And so she was our first guest we ever had and like set off the podcast for us because she's so fucking funny. Oh. So I want to get, more comics. I've been trying. It's like with everybody's schedules, that's like the hardest about getting guests on a podcast. But my boyfriend's the co-host, which is great for like, for example, we had Chuck Liddell. I don't know enough about UFC. You know what I mean? But like I've known Chuck from just networking and stuff that we've been around together. So I invited him on. So happy I had my boyfriend as a co-host because it was like a couple moments where I didn't know what to talk about. And Dom just took over and was like, so like you have this record of this and that. And I'm like, great. So like with the guy guests, it really helps having a male co-host. I'm gonna give you
a short list of male comics to have on when they're out in LA. They'll be fun as fuck and they'll make you laugh. Number one, without a doubt, Chris Stefano. Okay. Chris Stefano makes me giggle so hard. Chris and Giannis, they're like two of my favorite.
If you can refer any of these people to me, like I will have them all on.
Oh, Mark Norman would be a home run. Tim Dillon.
Tim Dillon is my favorite. I am obsessed with Tim Dillon. I don't know if you saw the episode with him and Theo Vaughn where they were joking about putting Rob in a box. It was so freaking funny. You have to watch the episode.
Wait. Pull it up.
It was
I want to see it.
hilarious. I was like, why are you guys hating on Rob so hard? Because I guess
no, it's not hate. It's like the craziest thing is like you watch comics. Comics are just looking for content to talk about.
It was so funny though. So I've
talked about Rob so much, but I always talk about his brain because he went from this like goofy skateboarder to this guy trying to quantify life. And maximize his days.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I find that fascinating. Wait, what is this?
I don't know if this is the one. Was it?
Let me see. Do you have audio?
Oh, yeah. So it was about talking about one of the writers was like, I guess like from Ridiculousness was mad or something. And I think they're friends with the writer. So that's why they were like kind of defending him.
Oh, I see.
And they even gave me a shout out and they're like, no, Chanel, she's cool. She's cool. And I was like, they said I'm cool. I fucking love these guys.
Yeah, I'll watch that later.
Dude, you got to watch it later. It's so funny though. Like they both crack me up. I actually met Theo during the pandemic, like 2020. I was in Nashville. Like I was looking for, because I was like, oh, I want to move here. I knew I kind of wanted to get into country music.
Yeah.
And I was going to meet with Cheese from Sublime. Long story. And he's like, oh, can I bring my friend Theo Vaughn? I didn't know who Theo was at the time. I'm like, sounds like a familiar name. Yeah, sure, bring him. And so we go to dinner and like, just he starts cracking so many fucking jokes. I literally look at him, I go, are you a fucking comedian? And he's like, yeah, that's basically what I do. And I'm like, you are hilarious. And like, I just like, I'm so mad I didn't make a better connection with Theo then, because I'm like, he ended up becoming like the fucking biggest thing like a year and a half later. And yeah, it was pretty funny though. Like I met him right before like he blew the fuck up, you know?
I would argue it's better to meet Theo that way because you don't. Because he is a comedian, but a lot of times he's not joking. Like you're just sitting there confused as shit.
Dude, I love him and Tim Dillon though. Like they might be two of my favorite people. I watch their podcast all the time. Like so funny.
Tim is just brilliant. I love him to death. But yeah, there's a bunch of comics you should have on that would make you giggle hard as fuck.
If they are down to come on, like I will have all of them. It's just a matter of like getting to the right people, you know. Like even Theo, I got some connection that's like his homie, and I've been like stalking the homie. Like, when can I get on Theo's podcast or him here? And he's like, I'm working on it.
I'm gonna dial you in with a bunch of comics because your laugh is infectious.
Thank you.
What's it like going from like starting to make money? Like, because I'm not saying I grew up. I gotta say I grew up probably with what everyone would consider privilege. Like when I started making money, I could talk to a man, my father, who had made money in his life. He wasn't rich. But when I got my first big check, I went to my dad. My dad said, all right, we're going to get you set up with a Merrill Lynch account. Like my dad took care of it for me and put me in the right. And then when I started making more money, my dad's like, all right, this is out of I don't know what to do. I think you need a business manager. But I had a little bit of security around there. You start making money.
It was funny. I started getting a little bit of help from Rob's manager at the time, his old manager, Jeremy. Jeremy was the one who was like, so I think you should get a business manager. You're going to start making good money. So this is Fantasy Factory days. Yeah, still Fantasy Factory.
Now the guy that was in the office acting as like the president, was that a real thing?
That's Jeremy. He would always wear pink shirts and he had like the pictures of his dogs on the wall. So that was Jeremy.
He really is Rob's business manager.
He's not anymore. He used to be Rob's manager and he helped Rob like do a lot of things. And he told me, he's like, you need to get a business manager. You're going to start making good money. He connected me with a good business manager who Rob used to work with in the Valley. And I was with them for several years. And then during the pandemic, my mom came out here, moved in with me, and she doesn't work. She was like just, retired. Basically, I was kind of supporting her because now I was making good money. And I was like, do you want to just help me with this? Because I feel like you're with me every day. Like it's so much easier. Like the hair person leaves and I'm like, Mom, can you just pay them for me? So my mom took over being my accountant, which like helped a lot. It's like, I used to go from people being like, hey, like, where's my pay? And I'm like, dude, I told the business manager. But like I said, like while the hair person walks out of the house, Mom was here. It's like, cut them the check, give them the cash app right now. Boom, boom. Yeah. It's just easier because it's like, I have so much shit going on and like my mom's there with me every day. So now she's my accountant and she's helped me make a lot of great financial decisions. Like I got money in like a little trust thing building now. I got you've got a lot IRA
of you've got a lot of businesses too.
I do have a lot, but my main thing that's making me money right now is my Airbnb in Miami. I got a condo there. If you need a place to stay in Miami, I got you. I'll give you a discount to shout it out for me. Really nice 3-bedroom penthouse. It's right across the street from Miami Heat Stadium. So like for guys who are into sports, you know what I mean? I know you got a lot of guy fans. If you guys are going out there for any sports stuff, stay at my place.
That's great. So you bought it and then you just Airbnb it.
Yep. And it's doing really good. I mean, it's in such a great location. Like everybody wants to be in Miami all the time.
But you have like, I always feel like I see stuff and you're like you got a clothing line.
I have a swimwear line.
A swimwear line.
Yeah. That's going great. I love that. Like I started that. This is
how does that work? How do you start a swimwear line?
So it's actually an eco-friendly swimwear line too. So I found a manufacturer that makes.
I misread that. I didn't read eco-friendly. I thought it was like body friendly.
That too. But
it is. Okay.
We're all about like, you know, like we're the type of people who will hire all types of models. Like we don't make plus size clothing, but we make a lot of designs that are like more to flatter the body.
Let me see. Pull up some bathing suits.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get one for Leanne.
Yeah.
I want to get Leanne back into two
pieces.
pieces.
We have a couple hoochie ones, but like
I'll get Leanne
we do make more, like I'd say slightly conservative swimwear for the girl who doesn't want a thong up her ass all day at the beach. You know what I mean? Yeah, pull it up. Okay. There we go. And we have all kinds of stuff. We have jewelry too. So like, see, like those bottoms, those pink ones are like more conservative. So it's like a girl who maybe is a little thicker might want a little more coverage. You know what I mean?
I want Leanne to wear a thong so bad. She won't do it. And I go, she's got such a great butt. She's like, no.
Yeah, no. So we don't have any thongs. We have like a couple Brazilian bottoms. But
what's a Brazilian bottom?
It's like where it's like kind of like a thong. Like it's like cinched in the booty.
I like that.
So like it makes the booty look nice, but it's not like fully thong up the butt. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But yeah, it's all eco-friendly though. It's made from like all recycled materials. So like
really
feel a lot better about having a swimwear brand knowing that we're slightly saving the ocean in some way.
That's awesome. So how does that happen? Does someone approach you or do you say, I want to do this?
No, I wanted to start this on my own. Like this is like, I'm literally running this shit like full, like the warehouse is my garage. It's getting a little hectic. I'm not going to lie.
Are those swimmies on the arms? Like little.
No, so that's just like little sleeves. Like, you know, like, because you can almost wear it like a little top with some shorts or something. And then we have like swim rafts too. People love the rafts actually sell really great. I'm like a printed raft does well. But yeah, like this is how this came to me though. I was on vacation all the time. Like not all the time, but like every time I go on vacation and post in a bikini, I'm like, damn, this picture did great. And I'm like, I was like, oh, that's what I should do. Like I should have a business that I can be promoting while I'm enjoying my life on the beach. Perfect. Mm-hmm. So you can be on vacation.
It's like a guy who starts his own vodka company. Do you have a makeup line too?
No, I need one though because I do my own makeup. I'm like the only freaking person I know in Hollywood that does their own makeup.
Really?
Even at Ridiculousness, like I would have a makeup artist there to like help. Like they'd literally just be like passing me the freaking stuff. I just like to do my own makeup. I know my face. You know what I mean? So
I wish I knew how to do my own makeup. I would start doing makeup. I swear to God, I get red. If I didn't sauna today,
I get really red too.
I get really red.
What's your heritage?
Irish, German.
Okay, that's the Irish though. So I'm like my last name's Dudley. It's my mom's last name. I don't have my dad's last name. And we're Irish Dudleys. We all get very red, especially when we drink.
Oh yeah.
Like I turn into like a lobster.
Oh, and I drink a lot. And I think
same.
No, but I do podcasts and I'll see the podcast and I get distracted at how red I am. So I'm like, Jesus. So I was like, I wish I could do hair and makeup and just do my own makeup and then be like, everyone's like, you look great. And I go, thank you. I'm lying to you. This isn't what I look like. It's funny. I remember the first time I got red on a podcast and everyone's like, why is Bert so red? And I was like, and they're like, he needs to do something about this. And I was like, if you guys found out I was hiring hair and makeup to do Joe DeRosa's podcast, you'd fucking kill me.
They would disown you as a fan.
They would disown me as a fan. I was like, guys, I'm trying to keep it real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was up late last night. I have high blood pressure. I party. What the fuck?
Oh, by the way, I watched your most recent special recently and I was cracking up. That's like my favorite thing to do when I'm in like a hotel traveling for work and stuff. I'm like, I need to put on a good comedy special. Oh. I was dying. It was the one joke where you were like, I can't date. What you were like, I can't date a 25-year-old. What am I going to do? Like, play with her on TikTok or something. You said something like that. And I was dying. I'm like, every single man in LA needs to hear this.
I couldn't date. I have to date age appropriate. I would like if Leanne passed away, God forbid, I would have to date another menopausal woman.
I'll hook you up with my mom if that happens. No, but I love that you said that though. Cause there's like, I feel like especially in LA, an obsession. I mean, everybody thinks they're fucking Leo and George Clooney. And it's like, you're not Leo. You're not George Clooney. Why are you 50 trying to date an 18-year-old.
You
it's
must
weird.
have had crazy people slide in your DMs.
I've had a lot of people slide in my DMs. I don't want to blast any, but I have had a couple big comedians slide in my DMs too.
Okay. Hang on. We will edit their name out. Okay. We're not going to play their name. I promise. Just tell me comedians, and they know who they are. And I just want them to know the reaction on my face when you say their names. I will edit their names out, I swear to God. Well, I know one already.
The biggest one was...
Of course. Hey, guys. Of course. Of course. Hey, by the way, you already guessed it. Keep going.
And then, no. Another big one. Well, he didn't slide in my DMs. He actually texted me because I had given him my number. So I'm like at South by Southwest and hungover. And I'm like, I go to my girlfriend. I go, oh my God, my hair. I look like fucking right now. I get a text right then. And it's literally not joking. And I'm like, you guys, I just said I look like and fucking text me at the same time. What are the odds?
He gets alerts on his phone. But these are not shocking.
No, but I think it makes sense. And it is funny too. Another person, he didn't slide my DMs or anything, but he really gave me a lot of like hype and credit when he came on Ridiculousness, was Pauly Shore.
He's a sweet guy.
He's so sweet. He basically was like, I'm only here for Chanel. He's like, all of my girlfriends like are so jealous that I get to meet Chanel today. And he's like, so I'm only here for Chanel. And I'm like, don't say
that. We'll keep that in because Pauly is the sweetest guy in the world.
He's so cool.
By the way, and Pauly's like, I think, I don't know the right way to say this, but Pauly has been a part of the game for so long that he just, it's like this on him.
So funny. I just think of like, as a kid, I loved the movie Encino Man.
Pauly's, by the way, I think he's got a new movie. Will you see? I think Pauly has a huge movie coming out.
That's what I think I just saw too. Yeah, because I follow him. Oh my gosh, I feel so bad too that we're bringing him up right now. They're going to probably hit me up again because they asked me to come on his like jam in the van thing or something. Yeah. And it was like bad scheduling. So now you just reminded me.
It's not, wait, is he? He's in development with the Richard Simmons things. No, but he's got a new one.
Oh my God, he's like the perfect person to play Richard Simmons. I just realized it seeing those pictures.
Oh, look at this. No. Go back one. And now go down to the Instagram. Inks a deal with these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Denzel, Kevin Bacon, and Pauly Shore. Get Out of Our Way. Set to release in summer 2026.
That's an interesting cast, but dope.
Yeah, but Pauly Shore said something that I don't think enough people are willing to admit.
Yeah. That
was one of the most insightful things that I'd ever heard and I understood. And I went, that's fascinating. He was on Rogan and he was talking about, Rogan was asking him if he missed acting. And Pauly said, and I'm bastardizing this a little bit, but he said he missed being the guy. He missed being the leading guy. He missed having the movie revolve around him.
Yeah.
He really loved that energy. He wanted that again. And it's so funny is I don't think enough of us comics realize we kind of need to be the guy. That being the sidekick or being the third lead is not the energy we're looking for because of our upbringing and stand-up where it's us on stage.
Yep.
And it's our show. And we are trying to do the best that night. And when he said that, I realized, and I was signed up to do something. And I realized, no, I think I like being the guy.
Yeah.
And I'm okay. I don't want to, and if I'm not the guy, I may not be perfect for you. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of guys who can not be the guy. And there's guys that are, comics that are just amazing, come in. But he said that and I went, oh, that's really insightful. I think more comics should hear that and learn from that and go, that's the way I need to, look at the way I'm doing my career.
Yeah. I can relate to it a little bit too. I mean, even coming from Ridiculousness, like I was part of a squad, but like I said, I'm a talker. Sometimes I'd be like the guys would start and I'm like, I got something to say. And like, I don't want to like talk over them. I think I've also mastered that from being on a show with two guys. Like I've seen a lot of people come on as guests and they talk over Rob and Sterling and like don't know when to shut up type thing or like when to talk. And I really got good at like, okay, it's my turn. It's not my turn. But for the most part, I can just talk forever. And so like, it'd be like, sometimes I'd be like holding back and like, that's hard for me, like I just want to say something or whatever. And like my whole life, even like I was always in, dance team, cheerleading. And I remember always feeling like, I don't want to be dancing with all these bitches. Like I'm trying to be the star. You know what I mean?
Should have been a stripper.
No, I'm like one of those people. I'm shy in a bikini. Don't ask me why, because I have a decent body. But I'm like, I've always just been like kind of shy. Like, I'm not one of those people to just be like naked, like, or like maybe that's why I didn't ever get acting roles. They're like, she's not willing to take off her top and flash her titties. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. Did you ever get offered stuff like that? They're like,
it's funny. I was supposed to audition for the new Baywatch movie that had come out. And they were like, it was for the role that was like the new Pamela. And I literally, my boobs have gotten bigger after having a child, but like I had no boobs then. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I'm like, I literally have like B-cup titties. You're looking for some girl with huge boobs.
Yeah.
I'm not the one, And I didn't even do the audition, but I definitely could have, made more money if I was willing to just flash my titties everywhere.
I would show full frontal, hard bottoms, hard front bottom for a role in that movie. That would have been, I'd have been like, just like if you look at Jason Segel, he showed his full dick, and it was so funny when he did it.
No, it was.
I did it in The Cabin. I don't know if you can see it, but I did a TV show called The Cabin for Netflix.
Yeah.
And me and Bobby Lee were naked the majority of our episode.
That's so funny.
Yeah. That was The Cabin.
Wait, how have I not seen this?
It came out in the pandemic. It came out like very beginning of the pandemic. So it was a great show. It was just me taking comics to the woods.
Oh my gosh, I have to watch this. I don't know how I missed it.
It was so
Especially
funny.
during that time. Like,
yeah.
That's such a great idea for a show. It's funny.
Yeah, we had a great time. There's Donnell. That's me and Bobby naked in the hot tub. And Donnell's like old school homophobic. He was not having it.
He's like, oh, hell no.
He was, the very beginning, see if you can find the picture of me and Bobby on the bear. There's a picture downstairs that's painted of me naked on a bear that was shot here. Just type Bert and Bobby naked on a bear. But then maybe that's exactly what you've typed. Naked. Oh yeah, click. That's me naked.
That's why it's just like censored.
Yeah, that's me and Bobby naked on a bear.
Oh my God, so funny. Yes, you're a lot braver than I am.
This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. No matter how hot your summer gets, Liquid IV can help you stay hydrated for all the adventures ahead of you. The summer heat means that it's a perfect time to try their new Arctic raspberry flavor. Is that what I got? It sure is. Plus, Liquid IV has sugar-free solutions powered by Liquid IV's HydraScience for smart hydration. Just one stick and 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. Powered by Live HydraScience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water, what I just had in my hand, into what I hold now, which is extraordinary hydration. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, 8 essential vitamins and nutrients, always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free, and tasty. Ooh, you like that? Let me take a sip. Let's murder it, right? Squeeze the most out of your summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code BERT at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code BERT at liquidiv.com. My generation was the generation with men where like men got naked in front of men and it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, and so when you were a young boy, you'd go into a locker room and get naked. We're taking a shower and you'd be like, oh, fuck, this is a lot. and then, but we were also the generation where it was like you went to high school. It's like you had to shower after you were done. And it was all boys Catholic high school.
Yeah.
And I was just saying to someone the other day, we would shit in front of each other. Like we had no shame about our bodies, like at all. And there's some guys that are weird about their bodies. My wife is a naked person. Like if you let her, she would just be naked cleaning the house all day.
That's how my mom is too. And maybe that's also what made me not like it as much because my mom was always freaking naked. I'd be like, Mom, and my mom has huge boobs too. I'd be like, Mom,
Really?
My friends are coming over. Like, put something on. She loves to be naked. Like she sleeps naked. Like, and so maybe that's what it was, is that I was like around that so much that I was like, I'm just gonna keep my clothes on.
Oh yeah, my wife's mom was very naked, and I think my wife is not naked now. No, once we had kids, she went Mormon. Like she I mean, and I was a naked guy, and she was like, yo, you got to like get dressed in the closet.
Wait, you guys have just 2 daughters?
2 daughters.
Nice.
Yeah, 2 daughters. 21, just turned 21. And I don't, the other one's like, I don't know, like 18. I don't know. I hope she's listening right now. I'm so angry at her.
It's so funny.
I'm so angry at her. She fucking bailed on me. And they're gonna bail on me again tonight and go to a fucking movie with my nephew.
Oh, what movie? I don't even know what's in theaters these days.
How to Train Your Dragon.
That's in the theaters right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I never know what's in theaters.
You've got a brand new kid.
Yeah, well, not brand new. So she's 2.5.
2.5.
I don't even know if you know, this is another thing. So I came out with my own TV show. When I left Ridiculousness, they gave me my own show. And it's called The West Coast Hustle. I had to fight hard for that title. They wanted to call it The Mom Hustle. And I was like, I just had 1 kid. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you're acting like I'm I'm Octomom or something. I'm like,
I just had 1 kid.
Yeah, I'm like, and so I fought for the West Coast Hustle because I go, nobody's gonna see that title and know it's my show. Like, it should say something West Coast. And because my name is Chanel spelled like the brand, there's all these stipulations because they've got crazy. So they're like, it can't just be called like the Chanel show because of the brand Chanel. And then Chanel West Coast was like too long. And so I was like, no, it's the West Coast Hustle. Like, that's it. And so, yeah, I was just following like my crazy life. But, you know, it was supposed to be a lot funnier. And there was like you mentioned a lot of people around me die. It's really sad. So there was like a sad situation that happened in the show. Like, it's very sad. I don't even want to talk about it right now. We're not going to bring down the vibes. And so it happened during this time. And it was like, you can't just not tell the story. And so we had to do, because I was an executive producer on it too. So like, we had to figure out, how do we tell my story and incorporate this and still keep it lighthearted and fun. And I feel like my fan base wasn't maybe ready for that too. They want to laugh. They want to fucking see funny shit, people getting hurt. And to see something that deep, I think was not what my fan base is like as into, you know. It should have been so much funnier and so much more of my life should have been shown, but it is what it is. At least I get to say I produced my own show, had my own show. And it's funny, I'm like going on like auditions and stuff now and like, you know, meeting with like streaming platforms to try and find like my next TV gig. And I've had a couple things where same thing I said, like, no, I want to be the main guy. I just went from my own show. Why am I going to take a step backwards? You know what I mean? So I when you were just talking about the whole main guy energy, I'm like, I feel that so much because that's like kind of what I'm going through right now.
Well, yeah, and it's not, and it's honest. It's like I said to one person, I was like, you know, I'm not a good sidekick. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say I'm going to be difficult, but I may not give you the best because I'm going to always like, I got offered a movie one time and I was like, yeah, but can I show up and like walk into people's trailers? And they're like, no. I was like, well, I can as the lead. So I'll wait until I'm in the lead.
That was my thing too from when I used to audition for acting. Like sometimes I'd like read and I'm like, who the fuck would say that? I'm like, I don't want to say that. Can I change the lines a little? And I would notice sometimes people were cool with it, but then sometimes like, no, can you just read the lines how they are? And I'm like, nobody would say that. I need to write my own shit. It's exhausting when someone's like, didn't you do it the way I wrote it? And you're like, no. You either hire, that's why you know, the actors you love, like Chris Tucker, Mike Epps, those are two of my favorite actors that I know put things in their own words and make it theirs. Mm-hmm. So when you have someone make it theirs, it's so much better than, and that's also the difference between great actors. Great actors can make mediocre words theirs and amazing. I mean, that's why I don't even know if I'm an actor because I'm not like, we're going through these auditions and looking at people acting, and man, some people are just fucking good. And then I watch me on auditions and I'm like, not that good. I'm so bad. You just seem like much more of an improv person. That's how I feel like I am myself. Like when I can just be myself and say funny shit and not have to like go by such a guideline, it's like so much better.
Well,
you know?
you have great energy and you're a talker.
Thanks.
Like that's why. Like what do you want to do? Like what would be the dream job for you? Really,
I do want to make TV shows. Like I have so many good ideas. Like I come up with funny ideas and then like. Because I've always just been a real creative. I was the only child. Like growing up, I wrote songs and like also know like what's funny and what people like. I just come up with fucking ideas all day long, and I'm like, I know this would be great.
You're a muse.
Thanks.
Like you're a muse. Like it's like now that I'm talking to you and hanging out with you, I understand what Rob saw in you initially is you're a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And you're creative and you inspire other people to think. It's really important to be. I think. everyone plays that part in other people's lives. You just need to find the right partnership with the right studio or the right executive who understands you and gets you and can take your ideas and morph them into something that's digestible for a network or for, I don't even know what networks are around anymore, They can't
just make a basic TV show anymore. It's got to be like above and beyond the next American Idol or the next like Real Housewives. Like it has to be such a crazy concept. Otherwise it's like, and there's not like the money like it used to be too. So, that's why somebody like Rob is so amazing because he's figured out how to keep just consolidating and making things for cheaper. And I think he'll retire. I don't know what he's going to do. I don't think he's going to keep doing Ridiculousness. No, he can't. Once this round is up, I think they're probably going to be done. Yeah, they have. I mean, it's like you get to a certain point where there's so many, you don't need new ones. I don't even know if I'm watching new ones, to be honest with you. If I'm not on it, then you're watching new ones. It's got to be nice. It's got to be nice, but also hard to leave a show like that. It's got to be nice because you're like, the pace is unimaginable. I have to be honest, and it's like I love Rob, but like that's one of the things I couldn't fully deal with is like the rushing, because like I really believe in like I want to put my all into something, and I feel like at the point Ridiculousness is, I felt like we should be trying to be funnier and like make it funnier, not like trying to move faster and just get it over with. Like that's where it got to a point where I felt like I couldn't even speak because he wants to get the episode done in 20 minutes. And it's like, okay, well, so should I just shouldn't say anything then? Because that's the only way to get the episode done that fast. And that's how it started to feel for me a little bit. So like, I'm super supportive of like how much he gets done in a quick amount of time. But for me, I would end almost every day of filming with a headache because I'm like moving so fast and drinking all this coffee and not even eating because I'm like, I would spend my lunch break just retouching my eye makeup because I laugh so hard I'm crying all the time. Yeah. So like I wouldn't even barely eat while I'm filming because we're moving so fast. And then I would realize I'm like every day I'm like, I feel so exhausted, and it's because I was rushing so much and not like, it was a lot for me. And then I got pregnant too, and that was even more to deal with while I was pregnant. So were you guys planning on getting pregnant? No. I got pregnant very soon into my relationship. For real? I definitely, I say all the time, I'm like, if I make like a little romantic comedy movie, I have to put this in it because like my boyfriend is the sweetest person ever. He literally took me to dinner and asked me to be his girlfriend, like something out of like the 50s. Like I like him a lot. No, like who does that? Usually a relationship, you just kind of like date the person. It's like, oh, well, now we're boyfriend and girlfriend. We've been hanging out. And so he like went out of his way to be like, hey, like we've been hanging out. Like, I really like you. Like, do you want to be my girlfriend? It was like the cutest thing ever. So old fashioned and such a gentleman. And literally, you guys, 3 days later, I find out I'm pregnant. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like a fucking comedy movie. Like he's going to run, like he's going to hate me now. God. And so I was like so scared to tell him. It literally is. I think it's not called Knocked Up. Like it literally was that movie. And so like I told him a couple days later and I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's going to run for the hills, And we just both kind of had this feeling like it was meant to be. I mean, if you meet my baby, her name's Bowie. She's the cutest fucking thing. She's a superstar, dude. Like, she's so funny. She like already is like trying to play guitar and she's 2.5. Yeah. And like now sometimes I see Bowie and I'm like, oh wait, maybe I was just meant to birth this little superstar. And like all of the setbacks in my life were for her, Because I always joke too, like, look at that little nugget. She's so stinking cute. Oh my God. And so funny. But like even meeting my boyfriend. Oh my God, that's her now. Yeah, like that's a couple weeks ago. That like even meeting my boyfriend, like if my music career and everything that I wanted to happen happened exactly as it should, I wouldn't have met him. I would have been in a different place in my life, So is that your boyfriend? Yeah, he's a very good looking man. Jesus Christ. He's so good looking that a couple of my guy friends, when I first started dating, like my friend Il Nicky, shout out to Il Nicky, we write a lot of songs together. I showed Nicky the picture of him and he goes, Chanel, I think I might be gay because that's the most attractive man I've ever seen. Yeah, your baby's going to be gorgeous. Holy shit. And so that was another factor in being like, do I want to have this baby? Well, it's going to be really cute. So oh my God. Yeah. Holy cow. So I was like, let's go for it. Like, is this your boy? What are we doing? We just pulled out your boyfriend? The fuck is this? The ladies back here are like, hold on, let's zoom in on those abs. No, but so this is... What is he, a model? So he's a model first, and that's how he's gotten his like break into everything. That he's a realtor. If you need a real estate agent, please think of my man. Really great realtor.
Dom Fennison.
Yeah, and he also is a part-time chef. He has a cookbook, and so it's funny because
Pull up his cookbook.
You'll
when are we going to get you guys on Something's Burning?
We want to get on there because I will definitely burn something, and then he will redeem the both of us. But yeah,
he's from Texas too.
No, he's from California. He grew up in Riverside.
What's the name of his cookbook?
No, it's not out yet. We literally, it's so funny. We just got the samples of it like yesterday, and so he's about to put it out. It's called Dom's. I came up with a title. It's called Dom's Smoking Hot Recipes.
Nice.
I said, babe, you just need to be shirtless on. Oh, that's his little video cooking the other day.
Is he doing a brisket?
Yes, he loves a good brisket.
What kind of smoker does he have?
Traeger.
Traeger, and he's got the meter. Oh, those things are.
I got that from him as a Christmas gift. Dom's Smoking Hot Recipes, like his little tools, and then I told him like, we got to start making these. But so he basically, I'm the one who convinced him to do this because he's struggled with like gut like inflammation and stuff. It's like you would not think so because the guy's got an 8-pack, but he's always
you
like.
You think I'm struggling with gut inflammation? No, I am.
No, like that's the funniest. When I told my one friend too, I go, Dom's got stomach issues, and my friend was like, "What are the issues?" Because I want an 8-pack too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so his book is all about like it's cooking like real like hearty meals that like you would make at like a barbecue restaurant, but the healthy way, no seed oils, like all the just healthy way to cook things. And he really started on this journey because like he just had to figure out what the hell was bothering him. Like no doctors could figure it out. They're like, okay, you don't have cancer, like you don't have, and nobody could figure out what was wrong with him. And he would just get really sick, and it was just from eating like unhealthy. And so now he made this cookbook, and all of the stuff in it is super healthy, but like the type of meals you'd still want to eat. Like not like you don't like you think of healthy and you think like I'm gonna eat air. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I gotta follow him on Instagram.
Yeah,
I can't believe I just followed you on Instagram today.
Wait, am I following you? I don't know if I am. Let me follow you right now too.
Dom
Fennison.
I don't have glasses on. I'm gonna end up following some deer hunter. Don Venison.
He said some deer hunter.
Does he do like oh Jesus Christ. It's funny. You are a person that you're so exposed, meaning there's so much you're on TV probably 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And you've been on TV for 12 hours a day for probably 15 years. Mm-hmm. And that I feel like I know you so well. But then here I am going, God, I want to listen to your music. I want to hear I don't think I've ever listened to your hip hop album. I want to hear your country album. I want to, like, there's a lot more to you than I think people give. But I got to tell you, your giggle is so fucking fun. I've been making people laugh my entire life. I'm really good at it.
No, and you are really good at it.
But it's different
you make
when
me
I
laugh
make
out loud for
when I
real.
make you laugh, and I know sometimes you're about to say something funny, and then you go, all right, I know this is going to get a laugh. And then the payoff, like if I can get her to laugh, that's one of my favorite laughs.
Yeah.
Christine. Leanne sometimes doesn't get it. She'll just go, huh? And you're like, okay. But your laugh is maybe my favorite one.
Oh,
like,
thank you.
I'm thinking about for my next special, just putting you in the front row and having a mic on you.
No, please.
I might do a comedy special where it's called Bert and Chanel.
I love that. No,
your laugh is great. I want to get high with you. I want to do everything.
No, I'm telling you. So I went to a few stand-up shows, and like I don't want to take the fucking attention from them. So I'll like try to keep my laugh down because it gets to a point where I'm laughing so fucking loud. Everybody's like, hold up, that laugh's familiar, like looking for me. You
should produce stand-up shows. You should produce a stand-up show and just bring comics, and you just sit on a stool off to the side, almost like in Ridiculousness, and just laugh at comics.
Oh my God.
Because sometimes a good laugher is what you need. I don't know what happened to my laugh. My laugh used to be so contagious. I used to laugh. I'd be like, have you ever seen my buddy finding out I drink Kool-Aid?
I don't know.
Okay. This is going to be my favorite thing. I almost want to watch it with you.
Okay.
Almost, because it's maybe like the hardest me and him have ever laughed. But my laugh, I can watch my laugh, and I can laugh at me laughing. Wait, hold on. Pull up. Here, there's headsets right next to you.
Oh, okay, so I can hear it.
And then I don't know where you're gonna find it. Is this it?
Two bears. One cave.
Who are you calling?
No one. Hold on.
I'll take a sip of
Oh my God, I
Kool-Aid.
love him too. So funny.
Go ahead.
The
Kool-Aid. You drinking Kool-Aid to start your day? Really?
It's so good.
What kind?
Red. Kool-Aid is fucking awesome. It really is awesome. It's so good. Pour a little something for yourself. It's watered down. It's not too bad.
You really drinking
Ice
Kool-Aid?
cold. It's ice cold. Yeah.
You are drinking Kool-Aid.
Yeah. It's awesome.
You're drinking a fucking 64 ounce.
Why you didn't believe me? I don't think it's that funny. Like, I'm like, Kool-Aid's cool.
Thank you, Chanel. Thank you.
I grew up drinking so much Kool-Aid.
This makes sense.
You remember those ones that too were like in the little bottle that looked like a person? What
Yeah.
was called?
Those squishers.
Yeah, Squeeze-Its or something like that. I don't know.
It's a lot of sugar.
So much sugar. My head hurts.
He got like an instant high from it.
He used to
Walk around.
Dude, that's
he
so
was
funny.
my favorite. I mean, he still is, but we don't get him to laugh as much now that he's changed.
Yeah.
But
Wait. What does that mean?
just Ozempic. And yeah, he got really into Ozempic.
Okay, wait, can we just talk about this for a quick second?
Please.
Because I don't know like a lot of people, but I have noticed. So it's funny you said that because I feel like Ozempic just makes people so tired that they like change a bit. Like
Yeah.
I've known a couple people in music who like, they're not making as good of music now because they're on Ozempic. And it's like, because you're fucking declined of all your nutrients because you're starving.
I don't know any scientific things about Ozempic. All I can tell you is that he used to be really fun.
And Ozempic made him not fun. That's so funny.
I mean, I'm at a point with my weight where I'm like, I can gain 10 pounds in 2 days.
I'm the same. That's why I have to kind of stay on top of working out.
Wait, what do you do to work out?
I have a trainer. I go hiking a lot, but like I literally am the type of person, I like to enjoy myself. I like to eat good stuff, but like I have to stay on top of working out because if I just like go rogue and no working out, like I'll fucking get fat. But I can get skinny really fast too. So I think that's also why like I never work out as hard as I should because like I know I could snap back into it if I need to. Like I'm just one of those people like I'll change quick.
Yeah.
I got super fat when I had my baby.
I think it's called pregnant.
No, but like beyond. Like I was one of those people, I really just, it was like, do you want dessert? I'm like, sure, I'm pregnant. Give it to me. You know, like I just was like enjoying myself, indulging. I was eating a lot of dessert. I had a bagel every day. I was craving a bagel and cream cheese.
Bagels.
They're the best.
I love
But they're so
bagels.
fattening.
There's Gabby Reese said something one time that I can't unhear. She goes, I don't let my kids eat bagels. I said, why not? She goes, because it's not food. And I said, what is it? She goes, it's just bread. It's not food. There's no nutrients in it. And I went, oh. And now I have not had a bagel.
Yeah.
I take that back. I think I had one the other day. we just bought a bunch of bagels. I take that back. They're so good. I had one in Hawaii too.
They're so good, but
good.
They were like the end of me. I got so freaking heavy. Like after I had the baby.
How heavy is heavy to you?
I gained like 60, 70 pounds while I was pregnant. And I'm a tiny I'm not joking. I was huge. My knees were hurting so bad after. Like I kept joking. I was like, my knees are up here looking up at me like, what the fuck is going on?
How much did Leanne gain when she got pregnant? Wow. And then what did you?
But I'm like a real tiny person too. So like for my size.
How
like
tall are you? 5'2"?
I'm 5'2", 5'3". I'm like in between 5'2", 5'3". My ID says 5'3", just to like give myself a little more, but I'm like 5'2".
They don't check.
Yeah.
I'm 6'1".
And so, yeah, like it was just a lot. Like my knees it was rough. And so I was like, I got liposuction because I was like, how the hell do we suck it out as quick as possible?
Wait, where did you get liposuction at?
In Miami.
No, in your body.
Oh. I thought thought you were like asking to refer you to the place
in Miami.
I was about to be like, I'll tell you the doctor. He'll give you a discount for a shout out.
God, I would love to get lipo.
I did the whole middle,
Yeah.
my chin. The chin was the best part. Because even at my skinniest, that was like, if I gained 3 pounds, it was like here, you know? Now I never have it anymore. I love it. I got into my arms a little too, but like that didn't come out looking as good.
Wait. You got your chin.
The funniest too, so I take the bandage off. This is so funny. I take the bandage off. My boyfriend came with me to like help me and take care of me. And right when I take it off, he goes, "Oh my God, your double chin is gone." I'm like, "Yeah, babe, that was the fucking point." Like, and he's like, "I just didn't think it'd be gone like right away." And he's like, "It looks great." And I was like, I know.
Wait, what did you look like heavy? I
looked insane. I'm sure I'd find a picture. Let's see. You know what's funny too though? Like I joked if I wasn't with him, I'm like, babe, if I wasn't with you, I would have been one of those girls that like is completely delusional. Like I felt like I looked super hot. And then I go back and like pull up my jeans from that size and I'm like, what the F? I'm like, I was pregnant. This big.
You're adorable pregnant.
Thank you. I tried. Well, that was one of those people though. I stayed skinny the whole time. Last month blew up.
Really?
It looked like
that's when your ankles swell. And yeah, I remember Leanne, when Leanne was pregnant with Georgia, her ankles got swollen. And I remember being like, whoa, because Leanne's got great feet.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I don't think there's any really, click on that video. That'll be a cute one where I'm holding the baby in the workout outfit. Yeah, this was a cute one. My trainer helped me with it. We took one while I was pregnant working out, and then I took one like holding her. I wonder if it'll come up if you click on it. What the heck? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. That's weird. Well, you can tell I was huge there, but.
Not that bad. Let me just say that the majority of American women are going, "You look good."
Yeah, for me, it was like,
I would love to get my double chin done.
Oh, I'm telling you, it was like life.
What? Yeah, what's the name of your doctor?
His name, I think it was like Mike Fisher. It's so funny. I know like 3 different plastic surgeons that have the last name Fisher, and I get them all confused.
Wait, like, do you ever do like injectables at all?
No, I'm not into that. Well, I do Botox in my forehead. That's it. Because I have a small forehead and like it's very expressive. So like I started to get this like weird wrinkle.
You have a small forehead.
I do. And I started to get this weird wrinkle.
That is something that I would have never noticed unless you said it. Now I cannot get high around you because I want to be like, it goes hair eyebrows.
No, I hate it. Like that's why sometimes I want my hair to be up, but I also get headaches from my hair up, so I don't do it. But I'm like, dude, I get this line right here just from like being so expressive all the time. And it got to a point where it was just like there. And I'm like, I got to do something. So I started getting Botox there, but like I don't get any injectables. I've never got my lips done. Like everything on my face is real. Lipo was my first like thing I experienced.
How much did you research before you got it? Like, did you?
Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough. No, it was the roughest. It was harder. I had a C-section. It was harder than healing from the C-section. It was so fucking rough. Even when this is the funniest. So I didn't know, like these people in Miami, like they're like so tough. It was all these like Latin women who worked at the place. They're like, you should be okay, Mom. You didn't even get a BBL. You're okay. And I'm like, I don't care what I didn't get. Like, this is insane. Like I was dying. They didn't even tell me, oh, maybe you should get a house nurse. So I come out of the place in a wheelchair, like dead, basically, like this, like, so like, and my boyfriend, and I had blood everywhere. And my boyfriend saw me and he's like, what? I am not equipped to take, and he calls my mom. He's like, we need to get a nurse. Like I'm scared. So I ended up getting a nurse who took care of me, Sharon, this amazing Jamaican woman. And yeah, it was, thank God we had her too. Cause one day I passed out in the shower while she was trying to help me like wash myself. And I wake up to them like trying to revive me, literally. Like, and so.
Wait, how bad is this recovery?
Dude, it's crazy because you lose a lot of blood. And like, if you don't have somebody taking care of you and if you don't stay drinking the proper amount of water after, like you can die. A lot of dude, people do. And
so how long is the recovery? How long did you have to?
Forever. It's literally the full recovery process is like a year till you see like your final results.
Holy
the first couple
shit.
months, rough. You start itching too when you're healing. The itching is the worst part because they're like, don't itch. It'll mess up your skin. I'm like, what? How am I supposed to not itch?
Oh my God.
So I was just like, I kept like hitting myself like nonstop and like trying to roll around and like, Yeah, it was rough, dude. Like these girls, I kept joking. I'm like, any girl who's had lipo and doesn't talk about it, I'm scared of her.
That's as someone who just goes through it like a gangster.
Yes, I'm like, you must be like just a crazy person because it's the hardest thing to deal with.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And so you got it a year ago?
Now it was like a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know. I'm so lost on time. Once you have a kid, I'm sure you know, it's like everything's a blur.
Oh, yeah. And it happens so fast.
Yeah.
It happens so quick that you're like, one day, all of a sudden, you're like, I mean, both my girls are in college right now. So it's just insane. They were just little girls the other day.
Did they grow up here in LA too?
Yeah.
Where'd they go to school?
They went to Colfax Elementary.
Uh-huh.
And then Walter Reed.
Okay.
Walter Reed.
I remember I competed against Walter Reed for drill team like a lot. I was in like a drill team. It's like, kind of cheer type thing.
Isn't that a rap too? Drill rap? Isn't that?
That is like a style, yeah.
A style in like England or something where they're like, bruv, bruv. I'll answer them.
I still can't figure out though why rappers rap in the British accent, but the singers sound American. I can't figure it out. Do you ever wonder that? British singers just sing American, and then I go, why don't you just talk American?
Have you ever seen Stormzy?
Yes.
Oh, he's one of my favorite. I love Stormzy. Dun,
I
dun,
love
dun,
Stormzy.
dun, 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 dun. What's that one he did in the park where he's like, it's like him and all his boys, and they're all sitting around. And oh, man, he's so good.
No,
I like, who are your favorite rappers?
My favorite rappers of all time, definitely Tupac. Tupac is like what got me to rap as a little kid, as a, badass little middle school kid.
Yeah.
Tupac, Lil Wayne, Drake. I love Drake.
Yeah.
I've said I want to collab with Drake so much that I'm like, I know this man sees the Google alerts at this point.
Yeah.
Like, stop acting like you don't, bro. I said it in every single interview. As a songwriter, I just like appreciate him so much. I feel like he like doesn't have any boundaries. Like this guy will like kind of sing, rap, do every style. Like he just hasn't done country yet. I wouldn't be surprised if he did come out with something kind of country next, especially because I did his dad's podcast. His dad's hilarious.
Wait, who's his dad?
Dennis Graham. You should have his dad on the podcast, honestly.
Drake's dad?
Drake's dad is hilarious.
Really?
Like,
pull up Drake's dad.
He dresses like a pimp all the time. He's from Memphis, Tennessee. So I was like, I guess it would make sense if Drake did a country song.
My God, that's his dad?
His dad is so cool. He's always out at the clubs, at the cool parties in LA. Like, yeah, Dennis Graham, he's the best. He has a country song out too.
Really?
Yes, that's what we bonded on. When
is that Drake's mom? Drake's mom is either Drake and his dad are very tall, or his mom has no.
His
calves.
mom looks like Barbara Streisand to me.
Go back to how small. Look how small Drake's mom is. Look at that.
Oh yeah, she's tiny.
She's got to be like 4'7".
She's a little tiny one.
How tall is Drake?
I think he's like, a normal sized guy, like 6 foot taller.
He's got to be 6. He's got to be 6'4".
No, he's not that tall.
Drake's 5'9".
Wait, where does it say Drake's 5'9"? There's no way.
No way, Drake's 5'9". What celebrities lie about their height?
The funniest.
I've seen Drake in real life. He's 6'1".
No, the funniest is there's this one guy who's like, I don't know if he's a full-on comedian on Instagram. God, I would have to find it. And he did this whole video, and it was like how 5'11" guys, it was like guys who are 5'11" be like, and like the whole video is imitating like, so bro, like I'm 6'2", and you're like definitely a couple inches below me. Nah, bro, no, I'm 6 feet. I'm 6, like the whole thing is just making fun of how 5'11" guys act and always just act like they're 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I wish we could find that.
Tom Segura is 5'11", and he tells everyone he's 6 feet. Everyone. It's so funny. We did a weight loss challenge a long time ago on our buddy's podcast, and they wanted to measure everyone's height, and all I'll say is one of my friends and Tom refused to have their height measured, and me and Ari Shafir were fucking all with it. We were like, let's get the tape out. And they were like, we are telling you our heights. Those are our real heights. We don't need a tape measure to tell you our heights. And we we were like,
well,
okay.
also Tom doesn't have any hair to help him with like, you know, sometimes the hair can help, you know, and that's another part of the clip is the guy
it's an accurate measurement when you're bald. And both those guys are bald. Both those guys are bald. Yeah. I could spike my hair up and get 6'2".
Yeah, no, so I think that's what I'm like, my boyfriend's like, I'm 6'2", and I'm like, babe, you look like more than a foot taller than me, and I'm 5'2", and he's like, babe, it's my hair. And I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of like a oomph there, you know?
I'm excited. I'm really happy to have met you.
Oh, I'm so happy to have met you. I'm not even joking. So like, obviously I laugh at everything. And I think that's a good judge of like what's good comedy these days, because sometimes my friends, you know, go, oh, let's watch this. And I don't laugh out loud. And I'm like, okay, they're funny. But like, you are funny in the way where I'm laughing out loud. And that's my judge of like who's funny. You know what I mean?
I might need to do more things with you because your laugh makes me so happy.
Oh, I love that.
Your laugh makes me so happy.
I'm down for whatever. I don't live far.
We gotta get you and your boyfriend in here. You can bring the baby. Leanne will take care of the baby the whole time.
I love that you're just offering her to babysit. She sounds like a very supportive wife.
Every woman in this house would grab a baby in a heartbeat.
Oh, especially mine. She's
even
so cute.
Sandra? Oh, look at Sandra. Sandra's got a great laugh.
No, my baby too is like, people who don't even like babies are like, my cousin Layla is not a person who's really into kids like that. And she's like, I am obsessed with this child. Ooh. Like all I want to do is hang out with her.
You should give your baby to Casey Anthony and see what happens. Be like, see how good your baby is.
Wait, did you see that this woman is like on like TikTok trying to be like a freaking influencer too? It's like,
Casey Anthony is?
Girl, what is
Casey Anthony's on TikTok?
Dude,
hold on. Pull up Casey Anthony. I was joking. No, she's still around?
She's on freaking TikTok. And like, I saw somebody post it and it was like her like talking about like, I forgot what it was. She was like trying to be an advocate for something. And somebody was like, how about you go like be an advocate for like children that were killed by their mothers or something? I was like, that's crazy. What is she saying here?
Oh, no.
Today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. This is my first of probably many recordings on a series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011. And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter. For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the
yeah, she could have skinnied this up.
Literally though, like it's like this woman is like trying to be an influencer now. And I was like, I just feel like you're not reading the room.
Yeah, I would, you know what I mean? It's like OJ. You should have just shut up and played golf. Just don't like it's so. Man, that's tough. Is she trying to come back and say that she didn't kill her daughter?
Okay, so I don't fully know the story, but like from the couple clips I've seen, I was like, this person didn't kill their kid, right? Because why is she free and just walking? I'm so confused.
I think, you know what's so funny is I just was a part of the public opinion, which was she took... so funny. Tom got it for me for my birthday. Chloroform.
He got it for you at his party.
He got me chloroform for my birthday. You can get it online. You can get it on
God, that's
eBay.
Crazy.
Yeah, you can get chloroform online, and he got me chloroform. And you know, it's so funny. I packed it in my bag, and I was going to take it home. And my assistant Peter goes, "You know, I say we leave it here." And I said, "Why?" And he goes, "Because just say your bag gets hit something and the chloroform breaks in the plane. And then chloroform spreads throughout the plane.
Oh my God. Then the pilot's asleep and you guys are crashing.
Everyone's like, well, how did they die? Someone packed 9 ounces of chloroform in their bag." They would have found out it was me really quick.
That's so funny.
But I was under the impression she chloroformed her daughter so she could go out, and she had chloroformed her in the past. These are all allegedly. I don't know what the real thing was, but I just was. This was back when the social media wasn't what it is today, so I just heard it on news and just assumed. Like there's a couple of those news ones that never really got all the way to me. Like the one lady who killed her boyfriend in Arizona. What was her name?
Oh my gosh.
She had like a real good news name
wait, is
too.
it this? It's not the lady who had the net. No, that lady killed her kids too.
I don't know. Jodi Arias.
Okay, wait. So who's this?
Jodi Arias. And so is she? So funny.
So what? She got off the hook. This lady?
I think she did. Is Jodi Arias in prison? The murder of Travis Alexander. He looks like every one of my friends I grew up with. And they had a hung jury. Mistrial, mid-trial appeal. Someone perjured themselves. Jesus. But like these things, it's like I just was like court of public opinion. Same with what's the Scott Peterson? Like I don't know. I never followed the trial. I just was like, oh, he's guilty. And then he went to jail. I was like, he's guilty. And now they're coming out saying, no, he wasn't guilty. And you're like, what? And then I watched the doc and I was like, I think he's guilty.
Yeah, same. I was like,
I mean, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if I am going to die, one of those like pulled out murder trials where everyone thinks Leanne did it, but she didn't, but still they go, she killed him. I wouldn't mind that.
That's so funny.
With his daughters. Wouldn't it be cool if my daughters and my wife all murdered me together? And then they were like, his whole family killed him. At a certain point, they'd be like, it must have been him. I wonder what he did. He must have been fucking exhausting.
I think I feel like your family has to have such a great sense of humor to have you as a husband and dad.
They actually don't. But I hope they're downstairs. Neither of them will be smiling. They'll be like, it was such a pleasure to meet you. Alan and Leanne don't laugh a ton. I don't think. It's hard to make. Leanne laughs at the dumbest shit. They laugh. They laugh at like a cat with a hat on and glasses. And they're like, oh my God, can you believe this?
That's so funny. No, it's like some people just have different humor. Like even like my boyfriend will think some things are funny, and I'm like, I don't think that's.
I'd be curious to see what your boyfriend finds funny because he's so good looking.
He's very smart.
Yeah. Where's he from?
He's born and raised in Riverside, California.
Really?
A couple hours from here. Yeah. Very first date. He comes to pick me up at my house. And this is also my mom. Like, my mom's hilarious. She really missed her calling. Like, she should have a podcast. She's fucking hilarious. Just talking about her opinions on shit. She cracks me up. So this is my mom in a nutshell. Like, first date with the guy. She's living with me at the time, which is already kind of like, I'm already scaring somebody away living with my mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she goes to take out the trash right as he pulls up. And my mom decides to say this to him. She goes, by the way, she likes funny guys. He just goes, oh, well, I guess I'm fucked. And my mom goes, that was funny. And she starts laughing at him. And so like we always joke because like he didn't think he was funny. Yeah. He didn't know because I tell him he's lived such a life as such a handsome person. He's never had to like really show his funniness. Yeah. Like people like us, like, well, I was a little bit of an ugly duckling. I got hotter as I got older.
I got a little confused. You said people like us. And I was like, me and you aren't in the same.
That's where I was like, let me just bring it back.
We're not in the same face bracket.
Like in high school, middle school, I knew like my thing that like made me like the more cool girl was like I'm funny. Like I just say whatever's on my mind, And so like I've used my personality more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when you just look that good, you don't have to use your personality. It's just like people just like you. You're just attractive. And so I don't think he realized he had this in him till he was with me. I've brought the funny out of him so much. And like,
oh, you can totally do that. You can bring funny out of a person. 100%.
Yeah.
And that like, because a lot of people don't, you're right. A lot of people who grow up beautiful never have had to talk.
Literally.
They walk in the room and everyone's like, oh, wow. And then they can say anything and everyone's like, shut up. Oh, fuck me.
What?
I have 10 minutes until I have a meeting. I could talk to you forever. You are awesome. You are really awesome. And I can't
appreciate that so much.
I can't wait to get you and your boyfriend on the cooking show.
Yes, we will come on and he will kill it and I will just try my best.
And the name of your podcast is
The Laugh Podcast. Yeah, check it out. We're getting back into it because when we did the TV show with MTV, we were so like they were in our house every day. It was a reality show. So we were like, let's take a break on this, focus on the show. Then like I said, sadly, I found out my dad was passing away at the end of last year. And when that happened, it was like, F everything. Like I just went to go be with him in New York.
Yeah.
I don't want to cry. But so took a long break on it. And now we just started it again.
Are you going to be touring with your music at all?
Trying to. That's what I'm working on. So I just released a new country single, Little Bit Country. It's really buzzing for being independent. Like I haven't even like invested anything into it. And I can tell that the Ridiculousness fan base definitely is more big on country.
Yeah.
Cause like you could tell like this is the funniest because I'm a huge Beyonce fan, but like this is the type of people who watch Ridiculousness and who are my fans. I get a lot of people being like, shit is better than Beyonce. And I'm like, you're just being ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
I'm honored that you're saying this, but like, we're talking about Beyonce here.
Beyonce is pretty fucking dope.
You know what I mean? I'm like the best fucking performer ever. Like, but you know, there's like this weird beef with her and country now. So like the hardcore.
Well, yeah, it's like, listen, some of my closest friends started in hip hop.
Yeah.
And are now huge country stars.
Yeah.
And I would say country and hip hop have been kissing cousins for a long time.
Literally. It's
literally.
Dude, now that I'm doing country, I realize I'm like, it's like the same. So first of all, they're the only two genres where everything has to rhyme. Like in pop music, you'll like have like just words all over the place. If it's a country song, everything rhymes. If it's a rap song, everything rhymes. It's like literally both are poetry. Both are so deep in like storytelling. And, you know, even like you get some of these Southern artists who have like the same kind of accent as like the Southern rapper. You know what I mean? It's like, it's all the same. And people don't understand how much music is actually intertwined, all the genres. But I will say Jelly Roll was one of the biggest inspirations for me. Like, I was like, if this dude can be, what was it? He's 39, big old fat dude, like comes from doing rap to doing country and just blew the fuck up. I was like, I think I can maybe do this too. Like, I think. And that's what really inspired me was just like, he gave that speech where he was like, yo, like 39's not too old. Like, and I was like, yo, I'm 34. I'm gonna keep going at the time when I saw that. And it was just such an inspiring thing for me. Like, I was like, dude, I want to be like the female. That's actually the style of music I'm doing. It's very different than I think a lot of the other female country artists. Like, I'm kind of mixing in hip hop vibes, like bluesy. And I have a very deep tone of voice when I sing. So like, it's kind of like a female Post Malone, female Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
That's like the lane I'm trying to come in right now. So.
Oh, I had a dream about Post Malone last night.
That's so funny.
Well, the first time I met Post Malone, I didn't recognize him. And someone goes, how the fuck did you not recognize Post Malone? And I was like, you know, in all honesty, I was looking at all the stuff on his face. And I wasn't looking at the person I was talking to.
You were just looking at the pictures on his face.
And he's a lot taller and he's a lot like, and then I saw his teeth and I went, wait, or I think I saw his teeth first. And then I went and he's like, hey, nice to meet you or whatever. And I was like, very nice to meet you. And then someone's like, you know Post Malone? I go, that's Post Malone. And I would look back, I go, of course it's Post Malone. And I had a dream last night that I didn't recognize him again. And he goes, is this turning into a thing? And I went, no, my bad.
That's so funny.
Maybe I should get some face tattoos.
No, don't. I feel like those are something that you just always regret. I don't know.
I think they help sell. You should get one. You should get just like a little one right here.
Never. Oh my gosh. Now that I'm a mom, I'm so like mom mode. You know, that's also why I started doing country. I was like, you know what? It's a little less ratchet. Like I'm still going to have my party vibes in the song, you know, like in my song, Little Bit Country. This is the funniest thing. So I say in the song, like I have a line where I'm like, I still like to pop a couple Coors Lights. My daughter singing it is, I still feel guilty. And I'm like, this was supposed to be the cleaner version of me. And it's like the one line she knows perfect. She literally sings the whole song and it's like still a little bit of baby talk. And then perfectly, I'm like, why do you say that one line perfect? She's like, I still like to pop a couple Coors Lights. And she like says it so perfect in her little baby voice. And I'm like, that's the one line we didn't want you to know.
Oh.
You know? But yeah, so that's why I started doing country too, because I felt like it just goes more with like the family vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want your daughter in the back being like, I had to pull out my 9 and kill a bitch.
Exactly. Like, we don't want her to be like how I started. Remember I told you when I first started rapping, I was like, okay, what kind of gun is cool to rap about? I literally was like, ooh, a Glock? Okay. And like I made a rap about a Glock. I think that's what Rob thought was so hilarious when he met me. He's like, why are you rapping about you have a Glock? Chanel, you don't have a Glock. And I'm like, I know, but I'm trying to be a rapper. And he's like, just be yourself.
That's great. Well, listen, let's set up the cooking show.
Please,
and
I would
thank
love
you for
to.
doing this.
Thank you for having me. I love it.
You're better in person.
Thank you. I love that.
That was a great fucking podcast.
Oh, yay. That makes me happy.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.